It's under an article named Obama in Secret Russia Visit Warns Putin I May Not Make It. About three-quarters of the way down. Okay, It goes into an American police force company, which is owned by one of the most brutal fascist warlords of the former nation of Yugoslavia, named Midrid Dogovocevic.
So they're telling you that this guy, one of his aliases, is this alias that you're saying, and that he is just a brutal military dictator.
Yeah, and then it goes on, who, when brought to the United States by the CIA, in parenthesis, who backed his brutal troops in the destruction of the Balkan genocide wars, changed his name to Michael Anthony Hilton.
Well, that's
was
incredible.
Numerous times. Yeah.
Is there a source article, or is this just up on that website? I mean, did they pull this from some kind of an Associated Press or other mainline article?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to get into that. It's been tough.
Well, let me tell you how you do it. What you do is you take a section of the article, a few sentences, all right? You copy that, and then you paste it into Google, and then all articles that have republished it or initially published it will come up, so you can kind of see where the sources are. We would appreciate it if you took that link and you sent it over to articles@infowars.com or writers@infowars.com, because if he is one and the same, and this is the same Michael Hilton, and he has not only CIA ties, but military dictatorship ties in Yugoslavia, this is huge, Dan.
Is on here as well. Couple of major sentence links, okay, because it was just posted today. It says, imagine a bloodless coup to restore the defend the Constitution through an intern administration that would do serious business of governing and defending the nation. Skilled military-trained nation builders would replace accountability-challenged radical left commissioners. Having bonded with their twin teleprompters, the president would be detailed for ceremonial speech-making.
Well, it is creepy stuff, and I just hope that you can get that article to us as soon as possible, and all the info warriors out there can check it out and either verify or disprove this. But, you know, the way things are going, it looks like we're going to be able to verify this. This guy has all the markings of this type of a dictator, this type of a strongman, someone that the CIA would back. And, you know, he admittedly said that his boss was an ex-Army colonel named Richard Culver, and this was at the point when he was just calling himself Captain Michael and not giving out his last name, and again under the very deceptive name of American Police Force. It's not American, it's not a police force, it's not even a licensed security firm, according to this article and according to the California State Board website. I thank you for the call, Dan. Alex on the ground in Montana right now, in Hardin. Alex.
Jason, I'm fine if that caller's still there. I want to hear that about the Marines. They're doing drills in Tennessee, Kentucky, all over the country. I noticed they're doing these drills that then go live, and they do this on purpose to condition the public. Is that caller still there?
I'm not sure if he's still... Yes, he is. Go ahead, caller.
Okay, you go ahead, sir. Take 3 minutes, finish your story, then I'll come back. Go ahead.
Okay. It says that the low-flying aircraft, I presume a helicopter, knocked over a picnic table and chairs and damaged his wood fence and tossed his daughter's playset across the yard. His neighbor, John DeHopper, says her phone cable lines were knocked down and tree limbs were tossed into her yard.
What's the headline on this article, Chris, so we can get this up at Infowars.com?
It says, Marine training exercise disturbs Kentucky neighborhood.
All right, we are on it. Alex, we also got a caller in, and we can't confirm this yet, that this Michael Hilton character is actually out of Yugoslavia, ran, death squad type military units out there, and was moved here by the CIA and given the name Michael Hilton. We're developing that story as we speak. Just incredible stuff.
Well, again, that's the problem is he does have a lot of funds, millions, and he has been here making some of the payments. The news is saying he's got another big payment to make in February, and he has been spreading a lot of money around town. I've been talking to the people, and then you look at his MO, it's $100,000 thefts, $200,000 thefts, civil victories against him in court as well for $1.2 million. So again, we're just investigating all of this, trying to find out exactly what's happening and exactly what's going on here. But I want to give you an update on that in just a moment. First off, going back to what the gentleman said, before I left town, I noticed urban warfare drills all over the country, namely Tennessee, Kentucky, and others, with the Army, with the Marines. And I talked to Thomas Sanchez back in '99, the head of emergency management in Kingsville, Texas, and they admitted to him that this was being done to condition the public. They admitted to him that this is basically acclimation for occupation. Now, that's not even debatable. They're coming out and just putting regular National Guard, Army, Marines on the streets. And so it's this slow, incremental unfolding of this agenda. But now here at the end, it's all intersecting and getting sped up, kind of like birthing pains with a woman. As she gets down to delivering the baby, as she goes through labor for 12 hours, in the last 30 minutes, the contractions are closer and closer until it's all just one big contraction. And that's why we see all the different activity just exploding. The bottom line here from Hardin, Montana is I'm very glad I came here because more and more on the air I talk about this being like a Twilight Zone episode. You get to this very poor town bordering the Crow Indian Reservation. There are Native Americans, like right out of a stereotype, just completely drunk, walking around all over the streets, bumping into walls, falling down. Other Native Americans, nice-looking, happy families out taking their family to eat and things, but there's homeless, old white people begging for money on the sides of the streets. But there's also, cheery, nice, folks here as well, both non-native and folks from Montana, Montanans. And in the middle of it, you have this individual who's got a rap sheet the size of the New York phone book. I mean, every day, every few hours, new warrants in different states and new civil judgments and new felonies. And as you said, I saw that number, 17 aliases. And he is hooked into the government at certain levels. And the question is, the government's full of criminals, con artists, scammers. Was he just taken in because he was a fellow traveler? Or has he gone out and conned the U.S. government, other contractors, other groups? He's such a liar that we really don't know. It may just be that he's a complete con artist who was able to get a $27 million facility and have German mercenaries in tow. We've confirmed that's going on, and other Croatian and Serb people in tow with him. Or it could be this is something much bigger and much deeper. And the reason it may actually be, he may just be a cut-out and a front man, is if you look at it, they did a year ago, there's CNN pieces on this, I've talked to the locals, try to turn the prison into a Guantanamo West, as it was called, to hold prisoners from Guantanamo Bay. And this other company does have offices. I saw their computers and phones and equipment in there. There's another company that they said, well, they partially pulled out, but they're still here with us. I got different stories. And they were saying we still may make this a alien detainee center, enemy combatant center. And then I went into different offices and saw different blueprints and maps on the walls. The spokeswoman didn't want me to tape that. It's on paper saying, please don't tape that. And acting very, very suspiciously. So we do have a site, a FEMA camp, a center that the feds and the locals and others have. The feds were involved a year ago trying to sell this to the state, but the legislature, the people in Helena and in Billings, the major cities, said, we do not want this. And so it looks like they tried to come back through another organization to try to push it as that. That's why they said it was going to be an international training center for foreign troops. And we have confirmed it is now in the Billings Gazette today. In fact, I just came out of one of the city offices and just had the new Billings Gazette article. In fact, it's behind me. Aaron's about to give it to me. And it does confirm, if I'm on the air